Schmitty again. I'm sitting here with Scott, Mr. Mayer, from Apogea, one of my fellow founding members of Apogea, and going to sit down with him and ask him some questions about the history of Apogea and himself, and have him maybe tell a story or two. How are you today?
Good.
All right. All right. All right. First question: what was your first year going to Burning Man, and what inspired you about it? Why'd you go to Burning Man the first time?
Okay, my first year was. Should I talk to you or the camera?
Probably talk to the camera.
Yeah. Okay. My first year at Burning Man was 2003, and I was actually inspired by going to Geodesica and Apogea. I think what really turned me on about the whole experience of any of those was the blank canvas you get from being there. The playa is tabula rasa. And in our lives, we are so put in a box, whether it's by society or whether it's ourselves, and we live in that story of who we are and what we're supposed to be. But at Burning Man, you can really, because it's on that blank canvas, you can be whatever you want to be.
Reinvent yourself.
You can completely reinvent yourself. And because it's that freedom, it's that vacuum of space out there, it really pulls your creativity out. And when you're allowed to be whatever you want to be, you suddenly become so creative because you're outside that box that you put yourself in. And I've just seen myself, I've seen everybody around me, the whole community become completely creative. And that's really what I love about Burning Man is that sense. I have a quote. Oliver Wendell Holmes said, "A mind that is stretched by a new experience can never go back to its old dimensions."
Nice.
And that's really what happens. And once you come back into society, back into the default world, you're expanded. And
nice. Can't go back.
You don't have a choice.
I like that. That's great. Tabula rasa. Define that word. I've never heard that before.
Well, I probably have to look it up to get
Not the exact
translation.
What does it mean to you?
It means blank canvas.
Okay. Cool. Tabula rasa. I like that.
Yeah, it's like a blank canvas where you can paint whatever you want to on it.
Sure.
And that's Burning Man.
Nice. Absolutely. So you spoke a little bit about Geodesica, and so how did you first get involved in, how did you first hear about Apogea, or what was your role in kind of bringing that all together?
First started with the art bus.
Okay.
Which, as you remember, is a bus by Dragon Dad would drive us around on First Fridays, a double-decker bus that Odd Todd had built the a school bus that Odd Todd had built the second layer on. Mm-hmm. And we would
complete with flamethrowers.
Right. We would dress up in theme and a different theme every time, and we would go to different galleries and raid their wine and crackers, and especially those crackers that looked like butterflies. And it was a great experience, and that was my first introduction to Burning Man. Nice. And then I soon went to the Burning Man community. Yeah. And then I first went to I went on one art bus, and then the next thing I knew, I went to Geodesica. I just took a flyer on that, and that was a festival started also by Dragon Dad back in 2001. And it was like a mini burn, and it was up in the mountains near here.
Yep.
And that's where it all started for me. And I just went there and played and fell in love with it. And then the next year, I got together with Johnny One Spur, and we said, let's start a theme camp.
Nice. And
Geodesica had never had a theme camp before, so we did Dome on the Range, where the queer and the antelope play. And we had many crazy stories and many crazy things happen, and it was just really kind of the launch of the whole community as far as theme camps were concerned.
Nice.
And then Geodesica eventually blew up for various reasons, and we went to Apogea, and we wanted to continue the momentum we had. And just because the political structure was not in place anymore, didn't mean that we couldn't start something. So you and Travis and me and Julie Twister,
Brian,
and Brian and many other people, Johnny One and Kendall, we all got together and said, how do we create a new festival that's got the same momentum and the same flavor to it, but that
is legitimate.
That will be ours and will be legitimate and will be a legitimate Burning Man regional event.
Cool. Very cool.
So, my role in that was putting together, researching all the various structures that other regionals had done.
Nice.
And coming up with a structure for our regional based on that,
Awesome.
which worked for a few years.
Well, it's still going, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Apparently we've been doing something right all along these years, and everybody that's helped.
Well, it's more the community than the political structure, obviously.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
Everybody else that
carries
keeps
it
stepping
through.
up. Yeah, absolutely. What was the most challenging part of being on the Apogea board?
Not being on it.
Nice.
I was never on the Apogee.
That's right,
board.
'cause
Everybody
we're never
thinks I
technically on the
was.
board.
Everybody thinks I was president at some point, but
There we go. Cool.
But I was smarter than you guys. So.
There you go. All right. So how many times have you been to Apogee and Burning Man put together?
14 years.
Including Geodesica.
14 years at Geodesica Apogea and 8 years at Burning Man.
Nice. Nice.
And I don't know if you want my pedigree at all.
Pedigree?
Yeah. I was a co-founder at Apogea.
Yeah.
I did the first theme camp at Apogea.
Cool.
I created 2 art cars along the way.
That's
I created
right.
the Miss Apogea pageant, which you know
Nice.
of
Yeah,
and
that's
participated in. What were you in that?
Well, it was the
What was your act?
ranger thing with the blade and
You had something hanging from a certain part of your body.
Yeah, a large blade clamped to some other part of my body and sang.
It swings.
We'll leave it at that.
I've also been a ranger and a ranger shift lead.
So did you and Tommy both do Apogee pageant, Miss Apogee pageant
Yeah,
together?
that was ours. Everybody
Okay,
thought
cool.
it was his because he was
Right.
the main guy that was up
Right.
there doing it. But
Okay,
that was
cool.
ours.
Awesome. Scariest moment at Apogea besides my Miss Apogee performance?
I was going to say that. Man. Probably when my art car,
Oh, yeah.
Cheapy Cheeky, ran over Torch's foot by accident and broke it. And she had to get evacuated.
Yeah.
That was scary. The other scary moment was being attacked by clowns. Hundreds and hundreds of clowns poured over the hill and attacked our camp, tortured our children, scarred them for life.
Two different kinds of scary, for sure. All right, funniest moment at Apple.
Probably first year at Miss Apogea pageant. Again, starring you and others. Johnny's bachelor party was a lot of fun. I got him married off to Lee as a practice.
All right.
Lee was the Lee was the bride.
Nice.
And the funny part was then Lee grabbed, who was in a full veil and wedding dress, grabbed Johnny and went back to his trailer to consummate
Took
the
him to the
wedding.
cave.
But the trailer started rocking and was up on blocks, and it nearly fell off the blocks. And there was this propane tank right there, so
Oh, God.
it almost came off the blocks, hit the propane tank, and rolled down the hill,
Oof.
which would have been like
It could all been almost a scary moment too. Yeah.
And then the Great Clown Cowboy War was very scary. Watching my
Was that the first year?
tribe of that was 2003.
Okay.
2000.
When we were out in Peonia.
No.
No.
Well, we had a Clown Cowboy War there too. No, it was.
Oh, okay.
It was up at
The final year of Geodesica.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that clown cowboy thing went on for.
We were brutally
Couple years.
attacked by clowns. They came from everywhere. And we threw one of them out of my Jeepastoga at like 30 miles an hour. That was fun.
All right. You kind of already went over what your roles were in Apogea and what you've done.
What am I most proud of about Apogea?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, do you want to ask that?
Go for it.
Okay. Really setting up an event that's been enjoyed by tens of thousands of participants over the years. And it's just cool to do something like that, to give them that, again, tabula rasa, for them to play and create and to blow people's minds and
Nice.
expand them.
So some of the challenges are getting new people to volunteer and step up. That was nothing new when we were at the beginning. It still seems like it can still be a challenge. Do you have any ideas on how we can inspire the next generation to keep on and continue Apogea and keep stepping up into the roles that we spent so many years doing?
No. Actually,
No.
I think there
Nothing we could do.
we had a structure. We had a structure in place that I think worked for a lot of years, and somewhere along the line it stopped working. And there was just too much negativity in the community, and I really don't know where that came from. I look at other events out there, whether it's Elsewhence now, which is a spin-off of sorts of Apogea. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Are you a regional rep?
No.
Okay, I can say that then. So, the year we had non-APO were run by single people that were in charge rather than committees. And maybe it's just the committee structure. And I don't know how other events are run, such as it's one in Texas. Flipside and others, but they seem to have a more cohesive political structure to them.
Gotcha.
And they seem to run, and I think, a lot of getting people to participate is a problem that they perceive that the structure is bad and that there's just too much infighting.
Gotcha.
At least that's my thought anyway, and we've tried to look at addressing that. And
Sure. So any advice to people that are wanting to come on and volunteer?
do it. I mean, it's fun to volunteer. You get to meet new people. You get to go outside your comfort zone and just have a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
I think volunteering.
Absolutely. And when I first got involved with it, I know it was one of the biggest ways that I met a lot of my friends that are still my friends to this day, is just by getting involved and stepping up and meeting you and meeting Lee and, all the people that began the thing. We still all stay in touch. We still all talk. And without volunteering, I probably wouldn't have met all of you and, wouldn't have those friends that I have.
Yeah, you
had for the last 15 years.
Yeah, you'd just be another DJ.
Well, that's right. In 3 words, sum up your entire Apogee experience.
I want to give advice that you would like to share.
Oh, I asked you about the advice.
Well,
Okay, more advice. Give more advice.
Fuck Apogea. Long live Apogea.
Love it. And now, in 3 words, sum up your entire Apogee experience.
Mind-blowing community.
Cool. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll keep these interviews going with a lot of the founders as time goes on. Much love. Bye.